I think few can deny how innovative the community already is with this game, but there are people who are good with the tools, and then there are real masters. Works like these inspire people to think beyond conventional uses and break through the boundaries of what they want to build. Frontier didn't provide us with an Asian scenery set, yet I'm staring at a park, and it's clearly Asian. How can this be? The series aims to answer that question by wiping off the polish and unraveling the stitching. You'll often be surprised by what the creator is using to get the look they desire. And using that knowledge, you should be able to take those same ideas into your park and create design that is unique to your own vision. We're going to start this series with one of my favorite creators, Silvarret. Not only has he seriously blurred the boundaries between what is possible with this game, his design is at once complex and awe-inspiring, and beautifully simple and humble. This plays out wonderfully in the area around his flying coaster, Suzaku, where it's not uncommon to find impressive structures amid an organic and serene setting. I'll be pulling a few of these complicated works out of the park and onto the Lake of Clarity to figure out exactly how they were done. For the towering temple, I wanted to focus on two areas, the roof and this screen window, this paper screen window down here. And they're both very smart way to use these pieces. I mean, it's just 3 pieces on the roof, which is incredible. If I open this up, it's a wooden corbel, it's a wooden column, and it's a wooden plank. And the wooden columns are used as the spine of the roof, up here and down here. The wooden planks are used as kind of like the thatching for the roof, and the corbels are used for when, things get too small and you have to use a smaller piece, but it also makes a nice little corner detail. And then, if you actually look underneath, Silvarret's done the same thing, where he's just using wooden columns in kind of a star-shaped pattern to create the bottom. The next part of the tower are these really cool windows that are supposed to be in like a kind of like a paper style. So you've got your wooden frame, and then you've just got a rice paper window, basically. And he's done the same thing. He's used wood columns, and this is where color becomes very important, because everything that is supposed to be the frame is a certain color. Everything that is supposed to be a different detail, like these mullions, he's used as planks. And then the back here, he's used more wooden columns, but in a different color, and it ends up working really, really well. This is probably my favorite of everything in Suzaku, and I know it's simple, and but that's exactly why I like it, is because we have been using this method. We use this method in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and it's funny that things just haven't changed. Even though we have bigger trees on opening, which is something that we haven't had ever really in a theme park sim before. I mean, we have giant trees. Silvarret decided that he wasn't going to use like the Emperor Maple that comes with the game. He wanted something a lot more like a manicured, like a mature bonsai. And so he's literally added a dead dry tree and a bunch of scaviola bushes. And it works brilliantly in the scene. Kudos, Silvarret, kudos. The next thing is where I personally struggle, is building these lighting systems that still look good, that don't look huge and chunky, and he's done it again really well. Very simple design. He used the cone hanging baskets. He's got wooden corbels for the top. He's got iron scaffolding for the center, a simple lantern on top, and it makes a very elegant lantern that you wouldn't think is built from separate pieces. This wall could have been completely flat, it could have been a completely unnecessary detail, but Silvarret kind of made it a nice divider wall. It's almost a star in its own right. And again, it's very simple. Using very simple ideas here. He's still got the wooden columns as his basis. And then he ended up using stucco pillars in the back, which is brilliant. So it gives you just a little bit of texture, a little bit of texture difference. I think he's got swords as the crowns. Yep. And he's got wooden corbels as his general roofline. Castle pieces for the base. I mean, these are things that you don't see a whole lot of with this wall, but it makes a huge difference. Pirate wooden support, if you pull it out. It's just a really smart idea. Ends up becoming a cool wooden little feature, especially with the round piece here, which again is from the cider press. This is what I'm talking about when I say masterful design. He's taken something pretty simple, like a wall. Just a wall that divides either the onstage from the backstage, and he's done it in such a way that exemplifies the style that he's going for. It becomes a star in its own right. It's a very attractive wall, I have to say. This final piece is probably, I wouldn't say it's the most involved, but it's certainly the most abstract. He ended up using stone castle supports for the base here. If I flip over to the other side, you can see it all intact, and it looks pretty brilliant. It's got a little detail there. He's created a giant round object where there wasn't a giant round object. He made it work for himself. It's a bridge piece. It works as a bridge piece. And what's really cool about this one is it actually doesn't use too many pieces, kind of like the tower. This stucco relief here, he's using the front for the detail, for the little trim around the bridge, but he's using the back of the exact same piece to do all the fill-in. So that's how he is able to ensure that the color is going to be right, that the tone is going to be right. He's not going to have a two-tone bridge. And it works. If you look on the back side here, you've got the relief, and then you've got the stone. It's brilliantly simple, it's very deceptive in its complexity, and yeah. Kudos again, Silvarret. Kudos again.